All right, guys.
Whoa.
Bang, bang. Whoa. Lunch money time. While Washington's trying to get rich, let's just trying to get our lunch money right. Let's get it. Don't forget that I'm now here with Polina. She's so beautiful and way more intelligent than me. And she also has her guns out. I don't, but she does.
Guns out.
Don't forget that lunch money is now sponsored by BlockFi. BlockFi allows you to do 3 things. Buy and sell crypto. Deposit crypto and take out a US dollar loan. 3, or earn up to 8.6% APY in interest-bearing account. No brainer. Go check out blockfi.com/pomp and get yourself an interest-bearing account. I'm an investor, I'm a user, and I'm a fan. Blockfi.com/pomp. What's up?
Someone is being very loud today.
I'm being loud because
I woke up like 15 minutes ago.
the podcast we launched yesterday is #1 in the world.
Oh, do you wanna-
It's business.
Do you want to tell them about the podcast? We haven't talked about the podcast.
I launched a podcast yesterday with Bryce Hall, who's one of the most popular social media stars in the world.
TikTokers.
He's on YouTube as well. Don't disrespect my guy. And it's now sitting at #9 in the world. We're trying to get to #1. We're 12 hours in. I think that either by the end of today or sometime tomorrow, we'll be at #1.
You're going to surpass Joe Rogan?
Yes.
Wow.
What's up, Joe? You want to come on?
Oh, God.
We'll see. We got a long list of people.
Yeah, a long list of people. Guess who hasn't gotten an invite yet?
Okay, let's get into the news today.
Just saying.
Let's go.
The collapse in aviation caused by the COVID pandemic could wipe out 46 million jobs worldwide, according to new research that highlights just how damaging a prolonged downturn in air travel and tourism is for the global economy. Wow, $46 million, million jobs, that's a lot.
They think that's how much they're going to lose?
Worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, look,
So, yeah.
that's a lot.
Job losses at airlines, airports, and civil airspace companies alone could amount to 4.8 million by the beginning of next year, a 40% reduction in employment from levels before the pandemic.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's not going to be good for the global economy.
It is not.
So
But at the end of the day, you know what they say.
what do they say?
Open the economy back up. Get the flights going. Let's go. Let's get this thing building back up. It'll be all right. It will be okay.
Should we tell the people where we're going next week?
No.
Okay.
We're going somewhere, but we're not telling them. All right, what's next?
Okay. Palantir, there's 2 unicorn companies that are going public today via direct listing, not your traditional IPO, not your granddaddy's IPO.
Facts.
So the 2 companies are Palantir and Asana. They could reshape the IPO market. Palantir is big data, co-founded by Peter Thiel, debut on the New York Stock Exchange. So will Asana, which is run by Facebook co-founder and former chief technology officer Dustin Moskovitz. Cool.
Is Peter Thiel backing both of these?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
He's not an investor in Asana?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just a Facebook connection. Peter Thiel was the original investor in Facebook, did $500,000. Dustin Moskovitz was a co-founder. He did Asana. Pretty cool to see them kind of come
Was
back.
Dustin Moskovitz in the Social Network movie?
I believe he was. I don't remember which character he was, though. He's very, very smart.
Oh, I think he was
obviously.
the one in the beginning in the dorm room that was like super smart. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, direct listings are obviously becoming more popular. SPACs have gone absolutely nuts. We'll see what happens here, but I tend to think that we are going to see many, many more companies trying to get in the public markets. They're frothy. There's a lot of upside there. So we'll see what happens.
And direct listings were normally used for companies that have name recognition, right? So when Slack was going public, people were like, do people really know Slack? Like, and it's like, yes, it's very well known, even though it's a what is it called? B2B?
Business communication.
Business communication company.
Yeah.
And so same with Palantir, same with Asana. People know those names.
These companies are going to do well, I think. Right. That's
Okay.
not stock advice. I don't care about stocks, but I do think they're both going to do well.
GM is extending talks on $2 billion deal with Nikola after fraud, sexual assault allegations surface against Trevor Milton, who is the founder. So the partnership would give GM an 11% stake in the company for supplying Nikola battery and fuel cell technologies, as well as producing Nikola's Badger pickup. Is this a good idea to be doing right now? Like, I understand, jump on an opportunity. This is not the opportunity you want to be jumping on.
I actually think what would be really interesting is that GM made an activist move here to try to take over Nikola and do it with very little capital. So they basically said, look, this is a shit show. It's literally a dumpster fire. we're General Motors. Like, we generally have our shit together. Let us step in and we'll take over this business and we'll try to salvage what we can. And like, let's roll. The problem is that there's too many shareholders that are probably going to be against something like that. But I do think
Do you need
that
consensus to be an activist investor?
well,
They need to approve.
what a lot of times happens, and this is very overgeneralization, so anyone listening who knows all the details, don't get upset. But basically what you can do is, let's say you get a certain amount of ownership. So if I can buy up 5% or 10% of a business, and then I basically go to the board and I'm like, hey, I'm a shareholder in this business, and I'm going to keep buying up the shares. And basically, I'm going to make a move on this business, and then I'm going to go around to all my other shareholders, and we're all going to like partner up basically. And when we partner up, we're going to try to vote you out. We're going to try to get you fired as CEO. Like, we're going to like create an absolute mess for you and a nightmare and a headache unless you do what we want you to do. And a lot of times what they're trying to do is they're trying to drive more shareholder value. So they say, hey, Polina, you're running the business. We think that you should sell that division off so that you get more cash. You should focus your efforts, whatever. They may go to the board and say, hey, you guys don't have enough diversity at the board level, like all that kind of stuff. Successful activist investors, not only one can get the change, two, sometimes they get board seats out of it. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then there's this whole strategy of activist investing, which is I buy up shares in your company.
And you take
control. And then let's say I get 10%, and then I just act like a complete maniac, and I'm just like a sore in your, a thorn in your side, right? And I'm just like, literally, you go to sleep thinking about me, you wake up thinking about me, you go to work and all you do is talk about me. And when that happens, you eventually come to me and go, look, dude, here's the deal. We'll just buy your shares from you. And you'll pay me, I bought them at $20 a share, and you'll be like, look, we'll just pay $29 a share.
Yeah.
And so I just made, 40, 50% on my investment. And all of a sudden now I just go away. I just got paid to go away. Right. So that type of activism works as well. I don't agree with that type of activism, but that's the way that people will do it.
Okay. So hold on a second. So German asset manager Allianz, is that how you say it, has been accused of making reckless bets with the pensions of American teachers, truck drivers, subway workers, and firefighters during the coronavirus market meltdown. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority, the MTA, which operates the New York City subway, and the retirement fund for the public school teachers in Arkansas are among the investors seeking damages from Allianz for losses totaling over $3 billion. What were they betting on?
What do you mean?
How are they being reckless?
Well,
negligent and imprudent. So
but who's doing this?
Allianz Asset Management.
Yeah, but of their breaches, but this is a lawsuit, right? Yeah, it's a litigation from investors. At the end of the day, what ends up happening is like people made fortunes and lost fortunes in all that market volatility. And if you're on the losing end, you just get mad, right? And nobody wants to lose money. And they're like, oh, are you yawning? There's a lot of yawning going on here.
I'm not yawning.
She was yawning. Roll back the tape. She was yawning. But what you end up doing is you end up yelling and screaming and being like, look, I want my money back. Or, you were negligent. They kind of go after the asset manager. And so, I have no clue. I don't know all the details here. What I do know is the MTA is definitely under a lot of pressure because there's revenue is down from people riding the subway. Yeah. And so it just gets into this weird situation where you're like,
yikes.
Let's see what happens.
We rode the subway for the first time yesterday.
It was weird. Okay, next.
He got an Auntie Anne's pretzel.
Yeah, Auntie Anne's is my shit. Shout out Cat Cole.
So we talked about this yesterday, but nearly 2/3 of New York restaurants may have to close by January. Wow.
2/3 is way higher than I had previously heard.
They could be out of business as soon as January without some sort of additional government aid. Restaurants across New York have been struggling to stay in business since COVID began. Yeah. Nearly 64% of restaurant owners said they are likely or somewhat likely to close by the end of this year unless they receive financial relief. To be honest, I'm shocked, and I do not know how they are still surviving.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
Conditions.
It's pretty crazy, but it's also really, really cool how...
Actually,
go ahead.
I think today New York is allowing 25% of people to sit in stores.
Yeah.
Today, September 30th.
I thought that we were going to see 20% of small businesses, not restaurants, but small businesses across the country go out of business by the end of this. Then we saw in New York, I'd asked a friend of mine who is very into kind of food and restaurant and hospitality world in New York. And when he estimated to me was 50%, Now we're talking about 66.
Oh my God,
that
I
was a
don't
yawn.
know what's going
That was the
on.
third one, just so anyone's
It's been
counting
more
at
than
home.
that.
He estimated 50%. Now they're saying 66%. Like, that's a pretty big increase. Even 50% was high. 66%, like, geez. So
Man,
we'll see.
There's a Ukrainian restaurant I used to go with my friend Caroline, and it says I guess the co-owner Caroline say the restrictions on indoor seating are killing his business, and he said we would find it very difficult to survive past January. I'm doing the best I can right now. That just breaks my heart. It's a really great restaurant.
What happens? All right, next.
Okay, Amazon. Oh, okay. Amazon is looking for ways to make people's lives easier. I should not have gone to. I'm on the press release, so now it's going to be all press releasey. Amazon One is a new innovation to make everyday activities effortless. Basically, they want to take your palm and use your biometric data to scan you in stores, to scan you out of stores. What are they going to want?
They're going to use the palm signature, so that is unique to me. You guys don't have that. She doesn't have that. It's for me. And you can swipe into...
Oh, you don't have to touch it.
No, I think you just swipe your palm.
Oh, yeah, contactless way.
And basically what happens is you can pay to check out. You can get access to your office, your gym, whatever. Here's the problem. Your iris, you don't get a second one. It's like if you lose your password or somebody steals your password to a website, you can reset it. You can't reset your iris. Your facial scan, you can't reset it. Your palm, you can't reset it. So you better be very careful. I've never used Face ID on my phone. Never. I get that they got security. I get that it's all this yada, yada, whatever. You never get another one. And so what we're seeing is the classic paradox between convenience and privacy. And so if you want privacy, you probably shouldn't take the things that are more convenient. If you want convenience, don't care about your privacy, so give them everything. Give them your blood.
An Amazon Prime store originally opened near my job. So I was like, let's go check it out. And he was like, okay. You did not tell me why. So then I went in and I was like, are you not coming in? He was like, no, I'm good. I'll just wait out here. I think I have to a call or something. And I was like, okay. And then I came out. He was not on a call. And I was like, you just didn't want to go in because they would scan your face and they would find you, whatever.
I'm not giving them my face.
And so, yeah, he refuses to go into Amazon. But I feel like, okay.
You can feel like whatever you want. I'm not giving them my face.
You know what? We're all freaking out about Amazon Palm. But you know what? When I was a freshman in college, to get into my dorm, we had to slide our hand on a reader, and that's how we would go in. So I've been palm,
Okay.
Also, wait. Somebody asked Amazon's FAQ, why did you pick palm recognition? We selected palm recognition for a few important reasons. One reason was that palm recognition is considered more private than some biometric alternatives because you can't determine a person's identity by looking at image of their palm. You can't really look at somebody's iris and be like, that is Paulina's iris.
We'll see. Just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's go. You got a joke for us?
Somehow, instead of a joke, I ended up on the Rent the Runway website. I don't know how that happened. Okay.
We'll wait.
Okay,
we'll wait. Waiting. Remember, go check out BlockFi.com/Pomp. Go follow me on Twitter, PompLetter.com. Go subscribe. I write an email every day, 75,000 people.
Why do ducks have feathers?
Why?
To cover up their butt quack.
I don't even get it. Not only is it not funny, I don't even get it.
You don't get that? Maybe you should look at it.
Still don't get it. I don't even think that's how you spell quack. I don't think you spell Qwack. I think it's pretty sure it's Quack. But hey, what do I know?
Well, maybe I should have just read off some of the Rent the Runway website.
All right, guys, that's it for Lunch Money today. We'll watch you trying to get rich. So that's just trying to get our lunch money right. Go subscribe, rate, and review. Search Capital University in your podcast app, especially if you're on Apple. Go to Apple Podcasts, find Capital University, and rate, review, and subscribe. Put us to number 1.
The Mark Cuban episode is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Listen
to it
live.
Bang. See you guys.
Bang, bang. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lunch Money as much as we did.
And don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi, so go check them out. There's a link in the description that you can click on. I'm an investor, a user, and a huge fan. What?
You're a bigger fan of BlockFi than you are of me?
BlockFi is my second favorite thing in the world behind Polina. They've got 3 products. They can give you a US dollar loan. You can earn up to 8.6% interest on an interest-bearing account, or you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on their crypto exchange. I personally use the interest-bearing account. There's not very many places where you'll find up to 8.6% interest on a deposit in an interest-bearing account. Go do your own research. There's risk associated, but 8.6% is pretty compelling. So click on the link in the description. Say thanks to the folks at BlockFi. Subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Annoy Polina in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And be kind to your friends.